Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Daytona International Speedway after all the qualifying races. This is it, the main event, the Daytona 500, 30 laps of racing here today on this 2.5 mile racetrack as we commence season 20 of the Castrol GTX Cup Series. We got your familiar faces in this field, but we also got new faces in this field as well, as you'll find out during the starting line, which here. So with all that said, let's get to the starting lineup for today's running of the Daytona 500. On the pole, in the number 94 McDonald's Ford, has yet to win a plate track. A four-time champion has yet to win on a plate track this season in her Cup Series career, I should say. It's Jessica Shelton, number 94 McDonald's Ford. She's on the inside at 194 miles an hour. She's the pole sitter for the event. Alongside of her, Kyle Matthews, number 42, the Coors Light Silver Bullet Pontiac, and he too has yet to win a 500. Both he and Shelton both carry in-car cameras in today's event. And then you contrast that with row 2, which is rookies, by the way, and these two won our Gatorade Twin 125 qualifying races. Winner of race number 1 is Sean Ard in the First Plus Loans Ford, one of the two Tauruses in the field. He'll be alongside the winner of race 2, Nicholas Wade, in the Quaker State Ford, car number 26. Row 3, well, it's veterans abound. It is Seth Cole, number 98, the RCA Ford, and beside him, defending series champion Joshua Osborne, number 87, the Burger King Chevrolet. Row 4 has the Daytona 500 winner from season 1, Johnny Gardner, in the Family Channel Ford, car number 16. And beside him, the defending Daytona 500 champion in the series, Charles Sanford, back with the team that he won a season 15 championship with, the DuPont Chevrolet, car number 24. Going to row number 5 has one of two-time Daytona 500 champions. It's Dylan Poteet, car 22, the MB&A Pontiac, and beside him will be car 17, Ryan Brommer in the Western Auto Chevrolet. Row number 6 has William Brock in car 4, the Kodak Film Chevrolet, and beside him will be Zachary Fitzwater in car number 9, the Spam Ford. Next row down has car number 44, Mike Becker in the Hot Wheels Pontiac, and Vince Almarigo, one of the rookies in the field, in the number 10 Tide Ford. Next row down has car 21, Quentin Moore in the Citgo Ford. Beside him will be Peter Onjack in number 41, the Kodiak Chevrolet. Row number 9 has Jesse Turner in car 75, the Remington Arms Ford, and Dylan Young in car 2, the Miller Genuine Draft Ford. Going to row 10 has two of the biggest wrestling fans in the NR community, Sega Motorsports, Trent Dunham in car number 1, the Ken Pennzoil Chevrolet, and the pride of the state of Ohio, the number 99 X-Iberis SKF Ford. It is Levi McIntyre, Thrash Maniac himself, in car number 99. Going to row number 11 has Kat Batson, number 88, the Ford Quality Air Services Ford Credit Ford. The Ford Quality Air Services Ford Credit Ford Thunderbird. She's in the inside, and she'll be alongside car number 15, Ryan George, in the Quality Care Services, in the other Ford Quality Care Services Ford. He's in car number 15. Next row down has car 71, Carter Friesen, another rookie in the Realtree Camouflage Chevrolet, and number 97, Zach Winkle in the John Deere Ford. Next row down has Ben Crouch, another rookie in the Budweiser Chevrolet car 25, and Jason Haywood in car 81, a Square D Ford. Next row down has Keith Batson, the hard luck driver of last season, nearly won the championship last season, and looks for redemption this season. He's in the Texaco Haviland Ford car 28. And car 37, the Kmart RC Cola Federal Mogul Ford of Austin Colano. Next row down has Tony Green in car number 33, the Skull Bandit Chevrolet, and Bill Parker, car 5, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet. Next row down has Cole Debra in the GM Goodrich Service Plus Chevrolet, the same car Dale Earnhardt won the Daytona 500 with back in 1998. And here comes command to fire the engines for the Daytona 500.
Start your engine!
Oh yeah, that's how to get that's how to commence this event. Anyway, Cole Debra is the inside of this row, and he'll be alongside Diego Yepes in this US Air Chevrolet, or US Air Ford, car number 77, US Air Jasper Engines machine. Going to the next row down, we'll have car number 7, Jonathan Zorlin, the XI Barris Ford, and beside him will be car 30, another rookie, Daniel Bouchard, the Pennzoil Pontiac. Next row down actually will be number 6, the Valvoline Ford of Becca Tellier, and the other Ford Taurus, Rob Evans in the Mobile One Ford. Next row down, Ashlyn Boyd, a former Daytona 500, former Daytona winner in the Pepsi 400 in the Lowe's Ford, car number 11, and Paul Minnick, the winner of the last plate race on the tour last season at Talladega in the Smokin' Joe's Ford. Next row down, Joshua Collard in the King Richard Petty number 43, the STP Pontiac, and Preston Plord in car 18, the Interstate Battery Chevrolet, and starting shotgun, Jay Jefferson, car 90, in the Highland-Meyer Stores Ford. So 41 drivers, and all in a 200-mile-an-hour quest for one thing, the trip to victory lane at the Daytona 500. Which driver will it be this season? Well, you got actually one two-time winner in the 500 in this field, and that is Dylan Poteet. Emmanuel Hartnett is the only other driver that's won the 500 twice in seasons 16 and 17, and the driver trying to go for that, trying to duplicate what Hartnett did, is Charles Sanford, who starts in the 8th position today. Pace car next up on the pit road. The field beautifully lined up as the green flag is out, and boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys and girls. And Season 20 of the Castrol GTX Cup Series is underway. Takes a while for these restrictor plate engines to get up to speed here as they come off turn number 2, 170 miles per hour. Down the backstretch, Jessica Shelton on the brake takes the lead, but here comes Sean Ard, the man who stunned them all in the 125's race number 1. He's on the inside lane, looking for the lead, and he's going to get it with the help of Seth Cole. And leading lap number 1 is Sean Ard, car number 13, the First West Financial Ford. Takes the lead on the first lap of the Daytona 500. The first lap, 168.5 miles an hour. But don't get used to this pace. We mentioned Jessica Shelton and Kyle Matthews as two of our in-car cameras. The third, of course, being carried by last season's champion in this race, Charles Sanford. He has our third in-car camera in this event here. Seth Cole the second, but here comes Johnny Gardner. He's got Jessica Shelton helping him. Gardner the second position now, the man who won this race in season number 1. Start-finish line, Sean Ard continues to lead, lap number 2. And the second lap ties at 192.856 miles per hour. And look at this view from the copter cam right there. The top 6 cars lined up single file here. Seth Cole trying to move to the inside to try to find anything. Nothing doing. Here comes Johnny Gardner to the inside, number 16. He's going to get the shove from Dylan Poteet in 22. Poteet was the winner of this 500 seasons 5 and 9. And not to mention, you got those two drivers on the inside. Who's the first to do everything in this? Who's the first to do both things in this series? Gardner was the first Daytona 500 and first race winner of the series. Dylan Poteet was the series' first champion. And here comes Poteet. He's going to make a 3 wide to the inside lane. He's got William Brock shoving him on the inside. Here comes Kyle Matthews in 42. And they are strewn all over the place right there. Quentin Moore now trying to shove Matthews in number 42. riding the back bumper of Kyle Matthews' car. Looking right at the front end of Quentin Moore's machine, the number 21 Citgo Ford. And now from the roof cam of Matthews' car, looking right there, that's William Brock in the number 4. Dylan Poteet leading the race. And here comes Brock to the inside of Poteet as they go to turn number 3. Quentin Moore dives inside. Here he comes inside of Brock. Brock leads the lap, but now Quentin Moore, when they go into turn number 1, it's going to be Quentin Moore jumping out in front, maybe. And now Jesse Turner gets into it in the 75 car. He's now moved into the 3rd position. I'll make that 2nd now as they go through turns 1 and 2. So now we got Ford sweeping the top 4 spots at the moment. Kat Batson making her way through the field now as she's got the rookie Ben Crouch behind in 25, the Budweiser Chevrolet. New member of the Hendrick Motorsports team this season. As here comes Jesse Turner to the inside of Quentin Moore for the lead. And he's going to bring Johnny Gardner and Kat Batson with her, and not far behind her. In that big red Texaco Star, that's Keith Batson, who nearly had the championship last season and heartbreakingly lost it at Homestead, the last race on the tour, after he got into a spin with Levi McIntyre, Kyle Matthews, and Dylan Young on the final lap of that event. Not the final lap actually, but halfway through the event, excuse me. And Batson looks for redemption to try to gain that long, elusive championship that he wants so much in this series. But of course, the Daytona 500 win wouldn't be bad for him neither. Batson, the pride of the state of Maine. And of course, not to mention he was also a avid short track racer as well. In his native state of Maine as well. Up front now comes Johnny Gardner, car number 16 out in front. He's got such a big lead on Dylan Poteet. Poteet will close in on him, though, however, as he's got Batson behind him as they go to the start-finish line. And Johnny Gardner leads this lap. Last lap by 192.93 miles per hour. And here comes Poteet back to the inside another time for the lead. And he's got Batson shoving him. 33 car behind him. That's Tony Green, Jonathan Zorlin in the 7. We saw in the 125s that these cars draft very, very well. This is the Cup 98 mod we're using. The first season under this mod. They draft very well here at Daytona, but we'll see how they do on the other tracks, including the next stop on the tour at Rockingham. For the GM Goodrich Service 400. Batson took a look to the inside, but Poteet throws the block as they come to the start-finish line. My Fraps is going absolutely crazy. So early on in this Daytona 500, almost 10 laps in. This is lap number 10 right now. Ashland Boyd's making his way through the field, and here's one of the back of the pack starters. 2 of them, I should say. Joshua Collard, who started 39th in this event, and Jay Jefferson, who started dead last, has now worked their way in the top 10. Collard, of course, still with the Richard Petty team, and Jay Jefferson this season with the Jenny Donlevy team, the Hollick Mars Ford. And of course, you notice a lot of things with the Ford teams there. All the Ford teams, except for 2, that'd be Sean Arden and Rob Evans, who is behind Jefferson, as a matter of fact, in the Mobile 1 car. Both of them running Ford Tauruses in this event. 1998 versions of that car. And the Taurus proves to be pretty fast on this track, though. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few Tauruses lined up possibly for Talladega, the next plate race on the tour for the Winston 500. But that's a few races from now, obviously. And now Pote and Batson have driven away from this pack of cars. But again, the way the draft works, so this pack of cars will pull up to the back bumper of the second car, which is Keith Batson. Fastest lap of the race set by Preston Plord at 195.618 miles per hour. They're averaging 190.943 after the first 11 laps of this race. 190.943 miles an hour average on this track here. So, very fast around Daytona. And here comes number 11, Ashland Boyd to the inside. 3 wide. Boyd, who has a Daytona win himself in the series that came in the season 18 Pepsi 400. And now they're 3 wide. Ashland Boyd leads the lap, and as he snookers them all on the outside. And here comes Rob Evans, number 12, one of the rookies in this series. That's 2 of the drivers Johnny Gardner drafted for his team. Rob Evans, and of course the other is the Dave Marcus machine of Carter Friesen. Evans looks inside. It's going to be for third position. Excuse me. That's now Jay Jefferson, who's now gone from last to second here in this Daytona 500 so far. And he wants some more. And he wants more as he looks inside of Jefferson now for second place here. And up behind is Paul Minnick in 23. And then you got one of the rookies, Daniel Bouchard, number 30. No relation to Ron or Ken, to my knowledge. And right behind him, another rookie, Diego Yepes, and number 77. And then you got another rookie behind in the 37 car. That's Austin Colano. And he's got 2 of the best behind him. That's Phil Parker in the 5, Cole Deaver in the 3, and Kyle Matthews. Right there behind him, 42, the outside pole sitter. This pack of cars separated by this pack of cars right here separated by 2.2 seconds. Boy, just great racing here at Daytona as they get into the third turns now. Some of the top names in the back of the pack here. That's Quentin Moore, Preston Plord, Charles Sanford in the DuPont Chevrolet. Riding with Charles Sanford in car 24. Just ran his fastest lap of the 500, 195.4 miles an hour. In fact, he has got the 5th quickest lap of the race here. Seth Collette, the quickest at almost 196 miles an hour. Excuse me. Take that. Riding with Charles Sammer on the roof, came in the car, running right behind Cat Batson in 88. Then here, Sammer right now clocked in 23rd position the last time by. Let's see who's at this time by as we're halfway home. And that just completes lap 16. We have 14 to go in the Daytona 500 here. Sammer that time by clocked in 21st position. Jesse Turner in this pack of cars here. This pack of cars, Nicholas Wade in 26, and he's got Dylan Young behind him. And here comes Seth Cullen, car 98. the start-finish line they come here. This will be 13 laps to go here, and got several big names back there. William Brock in the fours back there. 87, Joshua Osborne, Ryan Brummer, and Carter Friesen, two of the rookies, as well as Sean Arden, number 13. And you got more. Then you got some more veterans: Becca Tellier, Trent Dunham, and Jessica Shelton back there. Shelton has now dropped from first to last right now. There she is, number 94, as her and Zach Winkle are side by side. And she couldn't find a way, and she's unable to find a way to the inside lane. And her and Trent Dunham hopes to pretty soon. Now Shelton dips low on the track as they come off turn number 4. Meantime, back up front, Kyle Matthews has the lead now in 42, as he and Levi McIntyre and Phil Parker have found their way to the front, as has Cole Deaver, number 3. And getting down to the nitty-gritty here, next time, but here, well, actually, so we got a pair of Buckeyes. So you got a pair of Buckeyes there in the top 2 spots here. That's McIntyre in second position and Matthews to the lead. And moving up to third position, that's Ryan George in the 15 car at the third spot. Mike Becker in fourth. And number 44 in the car he drove last season, number 7 car, is Jonathan Zolan, now trying for 5th position. Is now Phil Parker, and Cole Deaver is trying to work their way to the inside lane. That is but they're both trapped up high here. Cat Batson dips down low as they come to the start finish line. Line this time by. Get ready for 10 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Kyle Matthews still deploys first. Second now is Mike Becker, a pair of Pontiacs. In the front 2 spots in the field. Zolan now to the third position. Here comes Preston Plord in number 18 at the trying to gain some more on the inside lane, as he's got Cat Batson in 88 behind them. And here comes one of the rookies, Rob Evans, number 12, the Mobile 1 car. That car's been pretty strong here as we're approaching the late stages of this event. Nine laps to go. And Mike Becker now has the lead. And here comes Preston Plord looking to the inside for the number 1 spot. Cat Batson up there at 88. Here comes number 12. That is the car of Rob Evans. And he's got Jesse Turner behind. Austin Colano in 37. And 26 car. That is Nicholas Wade. In the Quicker State Ford. This is the first time he's been up there. The man who won race 2 of the Gatorade Twin 125s. Dylan Young in there. Peter Onjack in number 41. Another new name in the series there as he's now working his way through the field. Seth Cole and Quentin Moore and Osborne is up there now. And this is about the middle of the pack. Seth Cole. At the high side, here comes Charles Sanford down low in number 24. And that's 21 car, Quentin Moore. Working with Sanford at the moment. And several cars have not made any headway at all in the back of the pack. This here, I don't know what it is about Daytona sometimes over this, but some of the cars can move their way through the field very nicely, and some of them can't. And two of the drivers that can't make their way through the field right now, or can't make much headway through the field, is Trent Dunham and Jessica Shelton. And now Dunham at the high side. Shelton had to look down low. They hope they can find their way through the field here as this race approaches its end. As we're coming down for 6 laps to go. Back to the leaders. Jesse Turner now up to the front now. And here comes number 37, excuse me, Austin Colano. Got a few rookies right there up to this field there. Can any of them pull off the upset? Looks like they did in the 125s. Austin Colano up front, or up the second position now. Here comes number 26. That is Nicholas Wade. Part of the race here where Kenny Rogers says you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, and the chips definitely are down right now. Five laps to go. And here comes Nicholas Wade in 26 to the inside, as he moves as they shove Austin Colano up the dry now, and now he's the only rookie in the inside lane of cars. Well, scratch that. Peter Onjak's still in there as well, and here comes Dylan Young, 3 wide for the lead on Nicholas Wade and Jesse Turner, and now Dylan Young takes the lead. And he's going to bring Levi McIntyre with him in 99. And don't look now, but another rookie, Peter Onjak. He's now getting into it. 4 laps to go. Peter Onjak is in there, and don't look now, but here comes two of the vets, Charles Sanford and Kyle Matthews. Matthews was the outside pulse over this 500. In the third turn they come here. McIntyre throws the block. The last time he was at Daytona, he won the Pepsi 400. Can McIntyre pull off the ultimate win in the 500? Three laps to go. Here comes Sanford, number 24 to the inside. Onjak throws the block. Trying to get themselves in a position here. Quentin Moore's now up there. He's trying for the top 5 spot now. And here comes Onjak to the inside. Sanford tries to go with him, but no. Sanford's on the high side. Here comes Kyle Matthews to the inside. Start-finish line now. 2 laps to go. Kyle Matthews. Does he have anything for Peter Onjak? Car 41. Out in front. Can he pull off the upset winning this 500? And here comes Matthews to the inside. Kyle Matthews, number 42. He's got Quentin Moore shoving him. Is it going to be enough to take the lead in the third turn? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Kyle Matthews has the lead. I thought Onjak was going to throw the block on him. To the start-finish line, it'll be the white flag. 1 more lap to go. Here in the Daytona 500. Matthews looks inside. White flag. Here we go. They're side by side. Quentin Moore moves inside. Kyle Matthews deploys first, trying for his first Daytona 500. Quentin Moore's looking for his first 500. So is Osborne. Backstretch now. What are you going to do? Quentin Moore looks low. Car 21 for the Woodwards. He moves inside. Matthews outside. Matthews gets shoved to the high side. Here comes Quentin Moore. It's going to be close. Last sprint on the fourth turn. Moore on the inside. Matthews to the outside. Start finish line. They're side by side. It's going to be Quentin Moore. Quentin Moore has won the season 20 Daytona 500. What a finish to the Daytona 500 as car number 21, the Citgo Ford Quentin Moore, is the season 20 Daytona 500 champion. Him as he takes the 1995 Morgan Shepherd colors to victory lane in one of the most fantastic Daytona 500s I have seen in a long time in the series. What a race! And poor Kyle Matthews got snookered on the last lap in the last few feet. He finishes second. Joshua Osborne third. Fourth will go to Peter Onjek, the top rookie in this race. Fifth place will go to Ashland Boyd. Sixth to Levi McIntyre. Seventh to Jay Jefferson. Eighth to Charles Sanford. Ninth to Ryan Brommer. And 10th place to Dylan Young. Oh my goodness, what a finish to this Daytona 500. And look at the margin of victory, a heartbreaking 7 thousandths of a second. That was how close Kyle Matthews came to winning that first 500. Unreal. Here, I tell you what, I knew when they come off turn number 4, it was going to be very, very close to the start-finish line. And look, and they see the margin coming. They're going to see the margin coming to the line. See if the copper cam hit. Yeah, there's the margin right there at the start-finish line. That was how close it was. From first to second. Here as Quentin Moore takes car number 21 to victory lane for the Wood brothers. As he beats out one of the oh, I tell you what, that was one heck of a finish. I will say that for sure. Rest of the finishing order for you here. Jason Haywood comes home in 11th. Nicholas Wade finishes 12th. Becca Tellier 13th. Jesse Turner 14th. Daniel Bouchard 15th, Austin Colano 16th, Jessica Shelton rebounds to finish 17th. But I'm sure very disappointed because she also wanted that first 500 very, very badly. Rob Evans 18th, 19th to Ben Crouch, Cat Batson 20th. Going 21st will be Johnny Gardner, 22nd, Mike Becker, Carter Friesen 23rd, Preston Plore 24th, 25th is Sean R. 25th. We'll go to Jonathan Zorlin. 26th place will go to, actually, Zorlin comes on 26th. 27th will be William Brock, Ryan George 28th, Phil Parker 29th, Vince Almorigo 30th, Cole Deaver 31st, 32nd, Tony Green 33rd, Seth Cole, Dylan Poteet 34th, 35th, we're going to Diego Yepes, Zach Winkle 36th, Trent Dunham didn't make any headway at all from that last position spot. He finishes 37th. Joshua Coward, 38th, 39th. Paul Manning, 40th. Keith Batson. And Zachary Fitzwater will come home dead last in 41st position. So what a day that was. So what a day it's been here in the Daytona 500 as Quentin Moore takes the Morgan Shepherd colors to victory lane in the Daytona 500. And number 21 Citgo Ford for the Wood brothers. I tell you what a day what a race that was here. Sorry, I can't talk here. I'm gonna need a breather before you go to Rockingham. But anyway, that's the story for the Daytona 500. Average speed 192, 475, caution free for 30 laps in this event. And if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We have everything on this channel. We got NR races, gaming videos, and whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires for this channel here. And please be sure to check out Seth's Cavalcade Search, which is in full swing. And then the Daytona, which is in full swing, the Last of Us Light Series, the Coors Light Truck Series, and the Pizza Hut X Series, and also the Hershey's Cup Series. Please be sure to check those races out. I guarantee you his races are a whole heck of a lot better than what I have to offer, obviously. So that's the story for this Daytona 500. And next race on the tour will be at Rockingham for the running of the Goodwrench Service 500 with these cars. And so for now, it's James Qualls, the production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. Congratulations again to Quentin Moore, the winner of the Season 20 Daytona 500.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?